Hello and welcome to Box, where we unbox, review and demonstrate the latest tech.
Today, we'll be taking you through some of the best 4K TVs for 2021, including the Samsung QN95A, the LG C1 and the Sony A90J. Breaking it down into overall design, picture, sound, compatibility and gameplay, we'll compare the features to help give you an idea on which TV is best for you.
These TVs have come out on top consistently throughout the year, making waves with stunning OLED and quantum dot displays while opening up every avenue possible for connecting seamlessly with your other tech. What makes them so desirable is the intelligent processing power for automatic adaptive picture quality, on top of having some of the must-have picture enhancements like Dolby Vision and HDR, making everything you watch stunningly sharp and vivid.
Now with each year comes another leap in the overall size of TVs. With our three choices, the display sizes do vary, but the range is pretty similar across the board. The Samsung QN95A comes in 4 sizes between 55 and 85 inches, the LG C1 comes in 4 sizes between 48 and 77 inches, and the A90J comes in 3 sizes between 55 and 83 inches. Of course, the price margin does vary quite significantly between each display, especially when taking into account the display type, size and features on offer. At the time this video was made, the price ranges from the manufacturer in the UK stand at $1,600 to $4,000 for the Samsung QN95A, $1,100 to $3,500 for the LG C1, and $2,700 to $5,800 for the Sony A90J.
But of course, if you watch a lot of the latest movie releases, or vary content you watch from games to high quality streaming services, the larger sizes are brilliant for transforming your entertainment space into a home cinema environment, for displaying high-res content in impeccable detail.
Each TV stands out with its own signature style based on the look of the brand. While not all of these TVs are number one for the design, they all do a brilliant job pulling off that minimal look. With each one housing slimline tech that makes for an ultra-thin TV, you can see why these models are quite popular, fitting flush to the wall when mounted and offering plenty of options for device management around the base.
Choosing a TV based on its design may not be your first thought, but when it comes to stand support, cable tidy management and ease of access to inputs, it's really good to note how ergonomic it is to your space and how easy it is to navigate.
Samsung have pulled out all of the stops for reducing messy cables by offering the slim One Connect box system. The separate box houses all of your inputs and connections, leaving one single wire leading to the TV itself. It even has a built-in cable tidy system on the back for channeling wires down the stand for a completely clean setup. The build is relatively slim, with a nice premium finish on the back and metal edging around the sides. You also get an edge-to-edge display, really making the most of that full-screen content. It's also an ideal choice for wall mounting thanks to the One Connect box, and it leaves a decent amount of space underneath for the soundbar when on a stand. Both the C1 and A90J have relatively similar designs, with them both being OLED. The display is delicately thin, housing a small box unit on the back for the connections and processing power. The C1 has a much smoother, cleaner look compared to the textured A90J, but overall they both go for similar methods, housing the connections on the right hand side in an L shape and using clip-on panels to help tidy up any hanging cables. However, the stand options are wildly different. The C1 has gone for a long, low-weighted stand with a nice brushed metal plate along the front. The A90J, on the other hand, uses 2 legs that support the TV on either end, utilising a 2 to 3-way option for mounting depending on how you want to use it. If I was intending to add a soundbar, I'd definitely go for the A90J here, as its adaptable stand lets me raise and lower the TV to help fit the surroundings.
Now when it comes to internal tech, these TVs really stand apart from each other. We have 3 different operating systems here, with Samsung opting for Tizen, LG using WebOS, and Sony recently switching to Android TV.
Both a blessing and a curse, each TV offers some form of dashboard setup, largely showing recommended shows and streaming apps. Both Sony and LG use a home tile system based on app tiles and the latest shows. It's great to have access to a lot of streaming services, but can be a little overwhelming seeing everything that's on offer. Samsung does a great job at condensing all of this into a pop-up bar along the bottom of the screen, using a series of symbols, toggle switches and expanding menus to operate everything essential without leaving the content you're watching, though they all use a form of a pop-up settings bar, just like this, to quickly toggle picture and sound modes alongside the essential settings. Samsung's interface is one of the easiest for convenience.
Connections are of vital importance when looking at how well a TV works alongside your existing soundbars and consoles, as well as any upgrades that you make to tech in the future. After taking a look at the inputs on offer, you'll instantly see why these TVs have come out on top.
Each display comes with your basic connections like a LAN port for Ethernet alongside satellite and cable inputs. Getting into the most used ports, however, there are some slight differences to consider. All three share the same amount of HDMI and USB ports, with of course variations on placement. The C1 and the QN95A both have 2.1 compatibility on all four HDMIs, with one supporting eARC. However, the A90J only has two 2.1 HDMIs with one supporting eARC. Now this isn't an issue if you only have one console and a soundbar, but if you want the convenience of connecting multiple devices that support high-speed video output as well as a soundbar, you'll have to choose which one gets priority.
Luckily, there's not many discrepancies in compatibility between the three models, as all seem to have Bluetooth, voice control elements with either Google or Alexa, and smart connections that recognise the type of devices you connect it and alter the settings accordingly.
These TVs have stood out to us with some of their truly impeccable features, with each brand bringing their own distinct function to draw you in. Though the LG C1 and the A90J have their own features that make them unique, like LG's Game Optimizer and Sony's XR range, the QN95A sort of stands out above the rest when it comes to individual use functions. Though not unique to this model, features like Multiview, Samsung TV, Samsung Health and Tap mobile casting are just a few of the brilliant additions that bring so many other uses than just watching movies and playing games.
Of course, there are some interesting features that may not be practical, but they sure make an impact.
Like the gallery mode on the C1, for example, is a beautiful feature that transforms the TV into a framed piece of art, making use as a decorative screensaver that helps maintain the longevity of your TV quality. When it comes to the A90J, it's another ballpark in terms of AI functionality, as the XR cognitive processor intelligently understands the environment and adapts the TV not only to what you watch, but also to the environment that surrounds it, ensuring you always get the best possible experience without you having to alter a thing.
As all of these TVs are 4K, you know to expect nothing less when it comes to exceptionally high picture quality. Though 8K is now becoming more commonplace, the 4K TV still stands out when coupled with powerful processors and enhancements like these three models.
Each TV comes with its own brand-specific favourites respectively, with the QN95A sporting the Quantum HDR 2000, the C1 sporting the A9 Gen 4 AI quad-core processor, and the A90J using the cognitive processor XR. Alongside the processors, the C1 and A90J both fully support both HDR and Dolby Vision, while the QN95A substitutes Dolby Vision with its own Quantum HDR and HDR10+, which delivers just as well as the latter. You also get the best of their fields, with the QN95A being Samsung's flagship Neo QLED model and LG and Sony delivering their best OLED models to date. The QN95A uses thousands of mini LEDs for a super sharp picture and pure contrast and blacks. The C1 stands strong on its signature self-lit pixels that remove impurities, leaving nothing but pure contrast and blacks within shadows. And finally, the A90J uses intelligent cognitive enhancements to deliver a true bright picture as well as the amazing qualities of an OLED.
Now, while each TV is brilliant in its own right, every picture delivers a slightly different experience.
The QN95A is absolutely brilliant for daylight viewing. Its built-in anti-glare screen and ultra-wide viewing angle delivers a consistent picture from practically any angle in the room. The C1 stands out when it comes to vivid natural colours, but has some impressive picture modes that really offer a consistent picture across everything you watch. The A90J, of course, is built specially to deliver a more immersive experience, and with 10 picture modes to choose from and some specialised IMAX and cinema modes, watching your favourite movies is a completely elevated experience unlike any other. The C1 and A90J naturally suffer from low brightness being OLED displays, but both have excellent brightness management and put out around 400 nits brightness, as they often put energy saving and screen protection first. But neither of these issues are a problem here, with these TVs still managing to deliver a stunning, sharp picture quality in both light and dark environments despite the odds. With the QN95A, you do get to enjoy that even displacement of light from the mini LED backlight, allowing a tighter brightness control and overall even picture throughout.
Of course, each TV has its own upscaling to hand, bringing out lost detail and smoothing out any imperfections in standard definition content.
All models mentioned here work equally as well when upscaling SD content, but the A90J goes that one step further, using its digital noise reduction and smoothing tech for an even more in-depth enhancement.
Though some of the latest ultra-thin TVs can fall flat when it comes to native audio from TV speakers, These TVs do fare pretty well on their own, even having some brilliant award-winning sound systems to add to the setup if it doesn't quite fit your expectations.
As we've chosen these TVs as the front-running models this year, it's largely down to the fact that they're so compatible with the latest tech, utilising industry-leading onboard audio from these big-name brands. All three models have at least some type of Dolby sound, with the A90J and the C1 both offering full Dolby Digital and Dolby Atmos compatibility. However, the QN95A falls short on the Dolby Vision and Atmos side, but it does make up for it when it comes to the incredible list of picture specs on offer, coupled with the powerful speakers. But on the other hand, the A90J is the only one out of the three that includes DTS digital surround sound, making the overall audio quality much stronger throughout. Naturally, each TV comes with various power outputs and speaker types. The QN95A does deliver a nice 4.2.2 surround sound with a 70-watt power output, but it also uses some intelligent adaptive features on the side too, like Object Tracking Sound Plus, that works with the content you're watching, firing sound from specific points around the screen for a 3D effect. The A90J has also gone along a similar theme, using their own speaker system dubbed the Acoustic Surface Audio Plus. Now, rather than a conventional speaker, it uses vibrations from actuators around the screen to create mid-range audio. Though not the best for true bass, it does put out some impressive high to mid-level sound. Now, the LG C1 doesn't really shine when it comes to sound. It has a 2.2 channel audio with a 40-watt power output, delivering front-firing sound from regular enhanced stereo speakers. The sound is still good for picking up clear speech in movies and playing your favourite game titles, but if you're looking for a detailed, layered sound, then it's best to look into getting a proper sound system.
With the release of next-generation consoles, the demand for TVs that can handle them has risen significantly. Well, these three models stand strong when it comes to the impressive game features on offer.
Each TV has its own form of game enhancements, with two of them offering their own game dashboards and menus separate from the main settings, built for monitoring game-related functions alone. In this category, the QN95A and the C1 both come out strong as perfect gaming TVs. The QN95A jumps automatically into game mode as soon as it recognises a console input, even going as far as labelling it as the console you've chosen in the input menu. Its dedicated game bar appears at the bottom of the screen, letting you monitor input lag, FPS, and clear indications on enabled enhancements. It fully supports both VRR FreeSync Premium Pro and HDR, alongside that buttery smooth 4K quality at 120Hz refresh rate. There's even something for PC gamers out there, offering ultra-wide gaming at both 21:9 and 32:9 aspect ratios. This may all seem very impressive, but the C1 takes another step above this. Not only does it recognise the console signal on startup, it also offers a full game bar at the bottom for monitoring settings in-game, as well as having a dedicated game optimizer menu for more in-depth alterations. The pop-up bar lets you scroll through the game modes while also checking in on FPS, black stabilizer, low latency, and if you have FreeSync turned on. It also fully supports FreeSync, G-Sync, low latency, and VRR for ensuring you get a consistently smooth, uninterrupted gameplay no matter what you play. If this wasn't enough, you can play it all in stunning 4K at 120Hz with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision enabled, so you can play the latest titles on the Xbox Series X and the PS5 just as they intended you to experience it. Now, the A90J does deliver 4K at 120Hz in HDR10, with some aids such as VRR and auto low latency, so you still get a beautiful picture and help reduce any inconsistencies. But the game mode on this TV is not as prominent, focusing more on offering the best cinematic quality for movies and shows in a much more sophisticated manner.
So after covering all of the best aspects of these brilliant TVs, it's safe to say that they all stand strong as top-level competitors amongst the 4K models released in 2021. With each brand offering their own unique features, it's all down to choosing a TV that best suits your main usage.
It's great to see each model offers a wide variety of compatibility inputs and features for every possible device on the market right now, from the latest consoles to high-quality sound systems and smartphones. They all work with internet connectivity, giving an ever-changing dashboard that presents the latest shows as they come out, as well as displaying every potential display mode I could need to watch them in the best quality possible. Some shine brighter than others in certain categories, but overall they all offer something desirable, delivering a beautifully thin display that fits perfect into any entertainment setup. So what do you think of our choices for the best 4K TVs in 2021? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to Box, where we post plenty of hands-on reviews on the latest tech. And as always, thanks for watching.